For the past couple of days, I have been experimenting with running Pi, the coding agent, on Cloudflare. Here's a quick demo of what I've done so far, and I'm going to discuss the architecture for this as well. So Pi is basically running in a durable object, and just like the Pi harness, you can have multiple sessions. Now, because it's a UI, the approach is a bit different. Over here, I am going to give the session a name, and it starts a new session, and then I can just start interacting with it. I'm going to ask, so I'm going to send a simple message. I see the response, looks good. We over here have a workspace and a tree as well. So I can start a new conversation from my previous message. Let's just ask it to create a simple Hello World app. Create a simple Hello World Cloudflare worker application. Now Pi is gonna take this input, reason about it. It is going to write the files. Once the files are written, we are gonna see this in the workspace tab in here. And again, for the workspace, I am using Cloudflare shell. This package is still in the experimental phase, which means that there might be changes coming up in that package. So keep an eye out for that. All the files that it creates get saved in durable objects, SQLite DB. You can also decide if you want to store it maybe in R2. To keep it simple, I'm just doing it in durable object. And as you can see, we can see the files in here. Now this is good. Let's just go ahead and try to make a few changes. I'm going to ask it to change the message to hello from Pi. I'm going to send the message. It is going to rewrite the file. So over in index.js where it was hello world, it is going to edit the file and it's going to make it say hello from Pi. And once that is done, we should be able to see the changes reflect again over here. And we have hello from Pi in here. This is good, but let's just say I wanted to make a different change and not have the same change. Now with the Pi coding agent, you can have trees, which means that you can fork the conversation from any given point. So let's just say I want to fork the conversation from over here. So I'm going to click fork. This is going to create a new session. And now, as you can see, it does not contain my message where I asked it to change it from hello world to hello from Pi. Now, if you see the file, this still is reflected in the file. So we still have hello from Pi from the previous changes because we are not forking the files yet. The tree right now only works on the message history. So I can start from the point where it created a simple application for us and ask it to make changes. So that's one part of this. There's another thing that I have in my Pi setup is memory. Now in my local setup for Pi, I also have a memory package, which allows the coding agent to store factual information, which can be reused across any sessions. So let's just create a memory session and just try it out. Hey, do you know my name? I'm going to simply ask it if it knows my name. It is going to come up with a no because the agent does not really know my name yet. But I am going to then tell the agent my name. It will store it in the memory, and in a separate session, we can ask that question and we will see the agent reply back with my name. And as you can see, there are a few improvements that I still need to make, especially with the streaming. It is not the best right now. It is trying to search the memory, which I'm not showing out in here. As you can see, let me check my long-term memory. So it makes a call to the memory. It tries to check that. I'm not displaying that right over here. It is something, again, a TBD. But yes, now that we have the response, I can just let it know my name is Herschel. I'm going to hit enter. It is now using the tool where it saves this information in its memory so that in a new conversation, I can simply ask the same question and I will be able to get this information. A few other things, as you can see in the UI, we specify all the tools that our coding agent has. I also have on a separate working branch an extension system where it creates extensions. The extensions get stored in artifacts, which gets versioned as well. And then you can enable extensions and use it across your session. Alright, so Pi now have saved my name in its memory, so it knows it, so it knows who I am. So let's test this in a different session. So I'm gonna go to the demo fork in here. Now in this session, let's just ask it to change the message and use my name. Change the message and use my name instead of Pi. So again, we had Pi create this hello from Pi. Now it is going to check what my name is. Once it fetches it from the memory, it will update this and change it to my name. And as you can see, it kind of had this, like, it kind of ran into an issue. And as you can see, it kind of ran into an issue because initially when it created the file, it was hello world, but this fork contains hello from Pi. Kind of reason around it that this is something changed in here. So it tried to figure out what was changed, and then it changed hello from Pi to hello Herschel. So over here is hello Herschel. Now this is a simple experiment on how you can run Pi on Cloudflare's developer platform. There is also a compact now button, which is gonna compact the session. So you can go ahead and use that as well. A lot of this is UI driven, but you can modify this based on your use cases and add slash commands, change the UI, modify it to however you want, add more functionality, make this as extensible as you want. Now, if you want to try this out, I have the GitHub repo up and running. It's called Pi on CF. You can go ahead, play around with it. Now, one thing I would really like to mention is that this, as I mentioned, is an experiment right now, but it gives you a lot of functionalities out of the box. The other thing is there is no proper authentication implemented in here. I am running my instance behind Cloudflare Access. So if you're trying it for yourself, make sure your deployed instance is behind Cloudflare Access. If you want to add authentication, you can go ahead and add authentication. And also this is basically just for like a single user. If you're trying to build a multi-tenant application, you would have to create one durable object per user. So keep that in mind if you are trying to deploy it for multiple users. That's it from my end. Let me know what you think. Go ahead, try this, play with this. I'm going to keep on building on this and add a few new features and try to make this as compatible with the actual Pi running on my terminal. If there are things that you want me to add, feel free to open up an issue. You can also add new features. I am happy to take PRs as well. Thank you and have a nice one.